Whether you are visiting Toronto for the first time or are a local resident, the Toronto Islands are a must-see destination. I have visited the Toronto Island many times over the years and have always had a great time. In this video, I will show you how to take the public ferry to the islands and how to explore them. So let's get right into it. Welcome to Roaming Goose. In 1858, a violent storm cut off a peninsula from the city of Toronto, forming the Toronto Islands. Today, these islands, collectively known as Toronto Island Park, are one of the city's most beloved attractions. This tree-filled oasis with sandy beaches is only accessible by boat. There are 3 public ferry routes, all departing from the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal on the mainland and arriving at Hannah's Point, Center Island, or Walls Island. An adult return ticket costs $9.11, while a junior return ticket is about half that price. There's no option for a one-way ticket, since you are expected to return to the mainland eventually. I strongly recommend buying tickets online to avoid the lines at the terminal. It's quick and easy. After payment, you will receive your ticket by email with a barcode, which the terminal staff will scan at the entrance. The ferry terminal is located at the foot of Bay Street, behind the Western Harbour Castle Hotel, and next to Harbour Square Park. The tricky part is that the terminal has separate entrance and exit points. If, like me, you haven't visited in a few years and rely on Google Maps for directions, you might end up at the exit gate. To find the correct entrance, walk through Harbour Square Park, and you will see the entrance to the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal. In front of the entrance, you'll see 2 queues, one for purchasing tickets, and another for passengers who already bought tickets online. The latter was empty, so we breezed through the entrance. When we arrived at the ferry waiting area, we saw 3 departure gates, each heading to Walls Island, Center Island, or Hannah's Point. Toronto Island Park isn't very large. You can walk from one side to the other in about 90 minutes. This means you can take a ferry to any of these 3 destinations, walk through the park to another ferry dock, and return from there. We decided to take the next available ferry, which was heading to Walls Island. Once the ferry set off, my favorite part of the trip began. As we sailed towards the island, I got caught up in the stunning view of Toronto's skyline and the refreshing lake breeze. Ten minutes later, the ferry arrived at Walls Island, which offers the best view of Toronto's skyline in the entire park. We then walked for over an hour through the park, eventually arriving at the Center Island ferry dock, where we planned to catch the ferry back. However, with the next ferry 40 minutes away, we decided to continue walking to the next dock at Hannah's Point, which took another hour. Along the way, I discovered things I hadn't seen on previous trips, such as a nude beach and a close-up view of Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport. there is no ticket verification on return trips. As we boarded the ferry, I noticed it was quite different from the one we took earlier from Walls Island. This Helens Point ferry had less seating but more open space to stand and enjoy the view. Now, I'd like to offer a few tips to enhance your experience when visiting the islands. First, let's talk about the crowds. I've heard from friends and seen in the news that the ferries have become quite crowded lately. However, this wasn't the case during my recent trip to the islands on a beautiful Sunday in August. I arrived at 10:30 a.m. and returned at 1 p.m. As you can see from my footage, the ferries weren't crowded at all, and the ride was quite enjoyable. That said, if you plan to visit the islands at sunset, you might encounter larger crowds. If crowds are a concern, you can always opt for a water taxi. While it's a bit more expensive, it looks like a lot of fun. I saw many water taxis near the ferry docks. Next, be prepared for high prices. I found it a bit pricey to pay $5.50 for a bottle of Coke on the islands, so I'd recommend bringing your own water. Or you can use one of the 13 drinking fountains in the park. Lastly, protect yourself from the sun. While the park has plenty of trees, it's not completely shaded. About half of our walk was under the sun. If your skin is prone to sunburn, be sure to wear sunscreen and consider bringing a parasol. Otherwise, it might be tough to fully enjoy the park when the sun is bright. This concludes our episode on how to visit the Toronto Islands by ferry. The island park is an oasis for Torontonians and visitors alike, offering a perfect escape into nature. I recommend visiting on a sunny morning for the best experience. Don't forget to buy your ticket online. What's been your experience visiting the islands? Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Until next time, have fun exploring the islands.